All right, welcome back to LinFit's 2 Minute Tuesdays. Hope everyone's had a great start to the week and stuck into their health and fitness and body composition performance goals. Let's see if we can stick to 2 minutes this week. I got quite a good question here from Christopher, who asked, could I elaborate on deloads? Now, I mentioned deloads in a previous video. I believe we were talking about periodization, the simplest forms of periodization. So let's put 2 minutes on the clock and see what we can do with deloads. All right, so deload, what is a deload? Deload is essentially it's not a week off, but we'll call it an easier week. Now, deloads, they're basically designed to be your bridging week between finishing or being at the top of your progressive overload for one program before having a week off or an easy week and then super compensating to charge into the next program. Basically, it's a recovery week, so to speak. So how do I utilize a deload? Now, generally, my simple rule of thumb, it doesn't matter if you're in an accumulation phase, in other words, bringing the volume up, or an intensification phase, once again, bringing the intensity up gradually over the period of your program. My deload is simple. No matter where I am in the program, accumulation, intensification, the load doesn't change for the deload, or the intensity that I'm using for that weight doesn't change. So if I'm working at 3 RM, so I'm using an intensification program and I'm doing, say, 10 sets of 3 reps, when I come to my deload, I will still use the same weight that I used for the week before in the 10 sets of 3 reps, but I would just halve the volume. So I'd only do 5 sets. It's a nice, simple rule. Same thing with accumulation. Say you're doing simple German volume training where you're doing 10 sets of 10. In your deload week, I would just come in and halve the sets. Leave the weight that you're using the same for your 10 reps, just halve the volume. At the end of the day, this is the same way that most athletes will taper off for the week or 9 days leading up into a competition. You halve the volume, or you drastically reduce the volume, but you keep your intensity the same. Because at the end of the day, it's volume that smashes you, especially before, we'll call it performance bouts. So that's just the simplest way I've used deloads, and I find it very effective. It gives you enough of a muscular, skeletal rest, as well as a neurological break. Once again, you're halving the volume from the week before, so it's a huge. People have always looked at deloads as a week and like, why do I do it? It's just I'm taking my foot off the gas, and you're not. You need to understand a deload is more of an investment into the program that comes after the deload, or the week that comes after the deload, or the performance that comes after the deload. At the end of the day, if you keep burning the candle at both ends and just keep pushing that progressive overload forever, you'll just end up injuring yourself, breaking yourself, burning out, or whatever. So keep it simple. At the end of the day, when it comes to deloads, it doesn't matter if it's accumulation or intensification. So it doesn't matter if I'm working with volume or intensity. I will just halve the volume and keep it simple. All right, 2 Minute Tuesday is done and dusted. Hope we stuck to 2 minutes. But I hope this has helped. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and like the page, and we'll see you next week for 2 Minute Tuesdays. Thank you.